When was the last time you played a video game and felt respected? Was it today? Was it yesterday? 5 years ago? Or was it back in 2009 when Plants vs. Zombies first got released? I first played this game 15 years ago. A friend of mine recommended it to me and I got addicted. I finished the campaign multiple times, completed all of the minigames and challenges, and then completely forgot about it for the next few years before remembering it again, getting addicted again, and the same cycle repeating itself constantly ever since. Why did Plants vs. Zombies have such a big impact on its player base, and how does it keep getting popular even while having some very bad sequels? Well, the first reason it stayed popular is because of YouTube. If you are a Plants vs. Zombies fan, then you have probably seen these clickbaity PvZ videos on your YouTube feed at some point in the last couple of years, where it's like 1 Tree-Peter versus 9,000 Gargantuas, or 99,000 cattails versus squash versus 99 Gargantuas. Yes, these videos are stupid and the game was obviously modified to be able to do this kind of stuff. However, this is how many people were introduced to the game. People saw this and they were like, yeah, I wanna do that, only to later find out they were lied to. By that point, they had already completed the entire campaign and completely forgot about the videos. Why? Because the campaign was just as fun as the videos. Before I continue, just a quick reminder that everything I will talk about in this video is mostly about the PC version of the game and not the Xbox or, mobile version. From the first level, PvZ makes the player want to keep playing. You see only one lane is available and think, I wonder if there are any ways to unlock other lanes. And in the next level, 2 more lanes get unlocked. And you even get a new plant. The game showcases exactly what it is in less than 2 minutes. There's no 5-hour long tutorial and just 1 level of tutorial, and then you are completely free to do whatever you want. At the end of level 1-4, instead of unlocking a new plant, you unlock a shovel, which can be used to remove plants. So you would think it would take the game 1 entire level to showcase it and explain the, feature. But nope. Here's a walnut bowling level out of nowhere, and here's a brand new plant at the end of the level to make you excited and want to keep playing. There is something new every single level, even while playing the bonus content that you can unlock by finishing the campaign, but more to that later. It is very clear that PvZ was heavily playtested, even though its dev team was not that big. Why am I saying that? Well, because there's no way to activate any kind of fast forward or 2x speed. We see zombies have doubled or even tripled the speed in some of the minigames. So why wasn't a 2x feature added into PvZ? Well, because back then people had better attention spans, but also because the game would not be as fun if played at double the speed. They added this feature in the new PvZ replanted version and it completely ruins the game. Everything feels rushed. At times the sounds are absolutely unbearable and there is no time to sit back and enjoy what is supposed to be a calm experience. The developers knew this, and they knew this because of playtesting. Getting a new plant after playing through a level on double the speed would not feel as rewarding. Just keep in mind, boys, faster does not mean better, because you would not even have time to enjoy the plant you just got. In the last level of every single world, instead of throwing a crazy challenge at the player, the developers decided to add in a conveyor belt level, where all the player has to do is take the plants given to him and use them to kill the zombies. Basically, it works as a break for the brain, especially after playing through so many levels. And that gives the player enough time to recover and be excited to play to the next world without feeling like the previous world dragged on for too long. Something like this can only be achieved through playtesting. The developers playtested PvZ so much, they knew exactly what plants the player would use and what plants would be forgotten. By level 5-5, nobody remembers the chomper. And if you do, you are a psychopath. They made a conveyor belt level where the only way to kill the zombies is to either cherry bump them or use the chompers. At first this might seem random, but I think it's intentional and I think it's there to make fun of the player. I was getting bored playing through level 3-2, so I decided to play a million sunflowers and get as much sun as possible. Instead of somehow punishing me, the game gave me an achievement for it. So not only is it possible to do stupid stuff, but it is also expected and PvZ knows you will do it before you even think about doing it. Not only does PvZ work as a very well made sandbox, but it also works perfectly well as a strategy game. Almost every single plant and zombie has a purpose, and you are never forced to use a plant you do not want to use. Let's say the balloon zombies show up. The safest option would be to get the cactus plant and get rid of them. Even though the cactus gets introduced exactly before the balloon zombie, you are not forced to use it. It's possible to get rid of the balloon zombies by using a cherry bomb or a doom shroom. My point is, Plants vs Zombies can be played in a lot of different ways, and no way of playing it is wrong, which is exactly what a sandbox is supposed to be. The fog during the fog levels gets noticeably closer every level, which tells the player, hey, maybe use the lantern. You start getting less flower pots during the fifth world, which says, hey, maybe use the flower pot plant. But the player is not forced to do any of that. Want to complete the fog levels with almost no visibility? Fine. Want to beat World 5 without buying new flower pots? Okay, and good luck. Other than that, there is no DLC and no way to buy OP plants or in-game currency using real money. If you want the OP plants, you are going to have to grind a lot. For like 20 hours of gameplay, maybe even more if you include the mods, Plants vs Zombies only cost $20 when it was released, and now it can even be bought for like $5 or even less during a Steam sale. The bonus content includes 20 minigames like gambling, zombotany, an aquarium minigame, small zombies and portals, 11 survival levels, 10 vase breaker levels, the Zombies vs Plants minigame where you get to play as the zombies, and there is also stuff like the Zen Garden, the Tree of Wisdom, Endless Mode, and it is possible to beat the campaign for a second time, except this time Crazy Dave can choose 3 of the plants every single level. Oh, and by the way, there is something called the Limbo page, which is hidden and can only be found using cheats. That has 20 more levels that were cut from the game. They rewarded people for digging into the game files. None of these features were necessary. The game was already good enough. There was no real reason to have a song at the end of the campaign, and there was no real reason to have it be an absolute banger. But it's there and everyone loves it, and it's part of PvZ culture at this point. Passion, love, and fun were probably the most 3 spoken words when developing this. At the beginning of the video, I talked about the game being popular because of YouTube, but I feel like that is kind of misleading. The real 2 reasons PvZ got popular are the following: the crazy challenges and the mods. The challenges such as beating PvZ with only 1 row, beating it at 10 times the speed, beating it with only 1 of each plant, beating it without taking damage, playing it backwards, blindfolded, having all of the plants flipped, beating it fast enough to get a refund, and it goes on and on and on. The reason these challenges are possible is because of something that was mentioned a few minutes ago. There is no wrong way to play Plants vs Zombies. Imagine if killing a balloon zombie would require the player to buy the cactus. Some of these challenges would not be fun anymore. Now, if you are thinking, wait a minute, noclick, it is not really possible to keep a community alive just by posting videos, then yes, you are right. Which leads me to the main reason PvZ is still alive and growing day by day: the mods. People have made entire campaigns and all of them are free to play. Take the DLC edition mod as an example, the mod that adds like 100 new levels with new plants, new zombie variations, and even new mechanics. Or the mod that RCCH likes to call Brutal Mode EX+, which makes the game extremely difficult and the poor guy has to spend hours just getting past one single wave of enemies. Obviously, nobody would want to play that, but watching the guy struggle is peak comedy.
I guess I can. No, that's not gonna kill it because it's protected. Bro! Can we not? Oh my god. Okay, well, no, we lost because you have no Doomshroom now. Are you
Another example would be PvZ Fusion, which again adds in a bunch of new levels, has 2 different campaigns, new plants, new zombies, and even a wiki page. Imagine making a mod so big it needs a wiki page. The game is still popular to this day because a lot of work went into it, obviously, and because it was playtested, but also because there was passion there. Yes, it is that simple. Make a good video game and people will play it forever. Let me end this video with a fun and short personal story. Yeah, I know I could have talked about the art style and the soundtrack, but let's be honest here. Every single review talks about that. So here's the story. When I found out about PvZ over 15 years ago, my brain was not fully developed. One day, after playing Plants vs Zombies for a couple of hours, I went to my friend's house to do homework. On the way there, for some unknown reason, I started walking like the zombie. Yes, with the crossed foot and everything. My friend's mom saw me from the window video and then proceeded to lecture me, "Oh no, people don't behave this way, oh no, you should be ashamed of yourself, what a fool you are to do something like that." Anyway, I proceeded to do it again on the way home. I hope you enjoyed.